Okay. This one. And a light perhaps, perchance. Welcome, welcome to another boring live stream brought to you by the Organic Goat Farm. Yeah. So, OG is headed toward the well pit to insulate a couple of pipes before we close her up for the season. Now that that's fixed. And let's see, what else is happening here? I got a few pots to clean up in front of the greenhouse, and I'm kind of still waiting. I got some green tomatoes hanging off of the plant, so I don't want to pick too soon. And going on, nature is still working its way around, so we have some pretty leaves. We have some plants that are trying to hang in there. Look at this. Look at that. Trying to hang in there. It's a zucchini blossom. And it's trying. And in between we got lots of garlic stalks here. And they're trying too. They'll be dying back for the season. Where all the little flags are, the red and white flags, that's where I have next year's garlic planted. I got to dig it up in spring and make sure that I get it a little more spread out, but I'm not too worried about that. As long as I have it all in there. Hey, Gizzy! There goes Gizzy and Dibs. They're gonna head back with everybody else. Okay. Hey, NorCal, how are ya? Good to see you. How have you been? And wind just picked up. We're just kind of, it's a little early. We're trying to get a couple things done. I'm gonna move a little bit and get toward a building with that would block some of the wind over here. So there we go. Okay. So busy with harvest. Yeah. I'm not busy with harvest right now, but I am busy with a few other things. We have goats, of course, to take care of, and chickens and whatnot. And yes, I know, ladies. That would be Nancy. Nancy's upset about something all the time, the white goat over there. Yeah. What's the matter, Nance? Nancy's a little upset. She's like, hey, how come every time I go over there, these guys have already eaten up all the good sycamore leaves? I don't know. Maybe if you got there sooner? Not sure. We've still got some beautiful purple asters that are making a showing at this time of year. Oh, warm coffee. God, I love warm coffee when it's chilly out, you know. Temperature definitely dropped. So, moving toward winter. My least favorite, you know, season of the year. How about you guys? See, when you're in a nice, ooh, look at that. Those are on very thin stems. They almost look like purple baby's breath. Interesting. Okay. I'm a flower nut, you know that. But, so, yeah, you know, When it gets cold out, I try to hide because, you know, cold and me, we don't get along. The orange leaves out here, look at that. Guess what kind of leaves those are? Poison ivy. The poison ivy gives us the most beautiful fall, you know. And then right here, what we have are, this is a native rose, and those are native rose hips right there. Look at that. See, that's a native rose. Here's a very nice, healthy, and that grows like panicles of white flowers. Nothing, they're just singles, nothing too fancy schmancy, but the odor is very perfumey, so they're pretty cool. And we'll just take a short walk down here and see what else is blooming. Somewhere around here I saw some really pretty bachelor buttons. Ah, here they are. I think this might be them. This might be a couple of them right here. Yep, look at that. Beautiful blue. So, yeah, the rose hips are actually, that's the fruit, and it contains the seeds. And when you use rose hips, like for vitamin C, or you add them to jams and jellies and whatnot, what you always want to do is get rid of the seeds. And there are actually types, like you wouldn't use those, they're too small. But there are actually species of roses that you would use for that particular purpose. And let's see, Rosa rugosa, alba or rubra, alba being white, rubra being red. But Rosa rugosa are the species that give you the largest and most usable hips. And you can buy them en route. Here's some more beautiful blue bachelor's buttons. Look at those. Those are nice. And you still want to cut them in half, scrape the seeds out. It's a pain in the butt because they're small fruits, and you need like a lot to make a little bit. And then you boil them down and you press them through like a sieve or one of those metal mortar and pestle things that you do for like canning, that has the holes in it, you know. It's kind of like a sieve, like a cone-shaped sieve. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so yeah, but for sure, look at this, the burdocks even trying to grow back. I cut it all down and I fed it out to the goats, and the little ones are still trying to come back. So, all right, we're going to, the sumac gives us a beautiful yellow, and this is a lilac, so we get some orange and yellow off the lilac. Very pretty. And I don't know, it's, you know, that's a maple tree up there, and you would think that would be a bright red or orange. No, just green. Oh, okay. So, oh, this is a mulberry tree. So that's a little interesting, kind of yellowy orange. And we still have too many kitties. Kitties for free. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody, huh? Okay. I gotta put my coffee down. Oh, my hand is getting cold. Oh, wow. This is my little patch of wild ginger right here. This is the stuff that gets really interesting looking brown flowers, brown cup-shaped flowers that grow underneath the plant in spring. Very interesting. And I haven't really used any of it yet. But I didn't plant it there, it just grew there by itself. So, hey, Live Silkies, what's happening? Eds, how are ya? Who else is in here? Okay. Oh no! Cracked ribs are absolutely no fun. I can tell this because I am suffering right now, and I don't know how I did it. I tore the muscle away from my rib cage. And you know how that feels. Every time you breathe in, it's like agony. Yeah, got that going on. That's been going on for like a week now. So, not great. 8-corner, 4-corner fist in the air. Okay, good afternoon. How are ya? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, homemade eggnog. Loved it, love it. Love it, love it. Yes, roses do bear seeds. But you have to have the right kind, really, if you want to use the rose hips. Rose hips are a very, very good source of vitamin C, and other very healthy proponents, which I'm not sure of, but they're very healthy. Plus, they add a very unique flavor to jams and jellies. Very unique. So it's actually worth the effort. Now, since I'm in zone 5, garden-wise, 5B, we do have a freeze point. You know, we get frost and things. So, and if I have to plant a plant like a rose and I have to baby it, or, you know, it needs special care because of a graft, I'm not planting it. It's not living here because I don't baby my plants. I put them in and I give them the feed and water necessary to get them a good start, and after that, they're on their own. So what I start with, live silkies, is I start with own root roses. Roses that are grown on their own roots. They are not grafted. So don't get any of your cheaper ones. Expect to spend a little bit more, but you'll have them for longer, and they will perform very well. I get mine mainly from a company called heirloomroses.com, and I cannot sing their praises high enough. They have pretty much every kind of rose that you could possibly imagine. Just keep in mind your zone, your gardening zone, and you can kind of, because they're own root, you can get away with, like, I could plant something here that was a zone 6, even though I'm 5, but that would be if I planted it like on the east side, and I gave it like 6 inches of good mulch over winter. So I could probably get away with, you know, one more zone as long as I protected it well. So there's that. And then, like I say, you want your species roses for good hips. And the name of those is Rosa rugosa. And then they come in 2 different colors. Alba, meaning white, or Rosa, I believe, meaning red or pink. It's, you know, let's see, Rosa rugosa, Alba. Yeah, I believe so. You can look it up on their website. They have like 1.5 tons of very, very hardy roses. Griffith Buck is a big name in own root roses. He spent his lifetime breeding roses in Iowa, out in fields without protection that would make it through our winters. And he did a great job. There was a lot to choose from. The Canadian roses out of Canada have come very far. So that's another good bet. And there are a lot of old-fashioned roses that are used to some you know, little bits of winter. So there are some German roses that are used to good cold winters. As long as they're grown on their own roots and they don't have a graft, you should have good luck with them. as long as you know what they need and you plant them well. And that website, heirloomroses.com, has a lot of great information on proper planting techniques. It blows the lid off a lot of fallacies as far as, like, okay, let's say I have I've got a climbing rose, but I really don't want it to climb that much. I would prefer it to be more of a shrub or maybe an espalier or something. So what I could do is I could train it, or I could just clip it the way I wanted. The way I do it is I just let it kind of do its own thing, and I take out the dead wood when I can. That's about it. And for every cane that I cut, I use like a sealant, just so borer bees don't get in there and mess up the canes. So there's that. I'm less impressed by the rose itself than I am in its ability to survive my winters, to be honest with you. Because honestly, I find all roses to be really cool. Some of my favorites are, let me think. Darlow's Enigma. It gets panicles of single white flowers, but it's very hardy and the scent is beautiful. And it turns out to be a very large shrub. So you can integrate that like in the back of a border somewhere, and it'll do well for you. It'll give you that white that you're looking for. There are different kinds of roses. Like there are one-time bloomers, which will give you a shit ton of blossoms like in June, and then that's it. They don't bloom again until the next following year. There are continual blooming roses, which just keep putting out rose after rose after rose, which is kind of cool. I like those. There are repeats, which will put out a nice, a nice showing in June, and then later on in the summer, they'll put out another nice showing. So there's that. There's a lot of reading. There's miniature roses, old-fashioned roses, musk roses, English roses, you name it, and French roses, and they're all out there. You just got to figure out what you're looking for. What do you want to use the rose for? For me, I always like to have some of the Rosa rugosas for the hips. Hey, Mama Cookie. Hey, everyone. And then I'm a big one in scent. I like a lot of the roses that are heavily scented. Paul's Himalayan is a giant climber rambler that will cover half a house if you let it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. New Dawn is a very sturdy, hardy one, but it's not that long-lived. So you may get 9 or 10 years out of it, and then it's going to croak. But those 9 or 10 years are totally worth it. Totally worth it. Miniature roses. Like when you go to your garden center and they have those little, oh, look, you can grow a tiny little miniature rose as a house plant? Well, they don't do so well inside because they don't get enough light. Roses actually require 6 to 8 hours of really good sunlight a day. But what you can do, since all miniature roses are grown on their own rootstock, you can take that sucker and put it in the front of your garden border, and it'll turn into this little bitty shrub rose, and it will flower for you, and you won't really have to baby it aside from giving it some good mulch. Now, roses are heavier feeders and water. They need more water. But once they get a good start, they require a decent kind of soil to put them in, something that drains well. We're very early today, but lately we've had a lot of, it's been getting dark early here, so, I kind of wanted, I'm like, dude, if we're going to go live, we should probably go a little earlier, so people can actually see something besides darkness, you know? Right? Even if it is all of our farm junk. Another one of my favorite roses is called Quadra. Quadra is a deep red. It's a fully quartered rose, which means that it's got a ton and a half of petals. And I grow mine. Let's see, we're coming over here around to the greenhouse. And this is where Quadra is anchored. So it's got its roots in the shade, but you can see the canes coming up and coming out this way. So by the time you get over here to where the eastern sun can hit it, there it is right there, see? So, yeah. Yeah, I got a few more green tomatoes hanging on here, so I'm kind of going to let this just see where it goes. And then, of course, I've got some, these are blossoms from pole beans. So we'll see. If we don't get that bad of a frost, maybe we'll get a couple of beans. Who knows, right? There's another tomato hanging there. Looks like I got some rainwater in my buckets. That's good. I got everything pushed toward the back, all my flats. All my stuff is toward the back, so I don't have to worry about it. And, yeah, so this is how I grew my pole beans this year. I wasn't sure that they would even germinate, so I just stuck a couple of... Huh? What do you want? I'm live streaming. What are you doing? I'm sure you could. It is really cold out here. Oh yeah, check it out. There's a bean right there. See it? I'll have to come out later and grab that. Alright, let's go see what the old man wants. These are, this is heuchera. Yeah, we have a greenhouse. It's coming apart. I need to put new panels in. I have them. It's not high on my priority list right now. So, let's go find out what OG wants. There's my round for my fire pit. The fire pit's out in a different area. We have to bring it back in if the rust hasn't eaten it away completely. What do you want, my dear? I'm freezing. What? Yeah, it is poor me. So he's down in the pit down there. And he is taping on some insulation to insulate the pipes that go from our wellhead to our barn, and then from the wellhead to the house. And what do you want help with?
Well, I'm not going to be able to get out of here when it comes time to.
Meaning?
Because I can barely stand up right now.
Well, when you do stand up, you're going to have to climb that ladder out, I guess. I'm not sure I can help you. I mean, I'll try, but you're a little heavier than me. You're likely to pull me down in there.
Oh, I'm going to need you to go and grab me a fucking Valium for what I'm going to need.
Well, that I can do.
That's what I'm going to need.
When did you want me to do that?
Well, there's no use doing it until I get this taken care of down here.
Okay, and so what did you want me to do right now?
I just wanted to get your attention before you were gone.
Where was I going to go?
Who knows? But being stuck down here in this muck all night,
We're just kind of...
is not something I want to do, you know?
We're just kind of looking at the leaves and talking about roses. You know?
Like I said.
Because a lot of people don't know. You know, they go to the, Walmart and Home Depot and all that, and they see, $9.99 grafted roses out of Tyler, Texas, and they think, yeah, that's the shit, right? Because it's cheap. The only problem is that graft in this kind of a zone where it's cold, that only gives you like a year, and that thing will die, and it's a waste of money. And you'll be lucky if it blooms the first year. Usually, roses need to settle in before they bloom. There's an old saying about roses, and I'm sure I've said it before, but let me say it once again. The adage goes, the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, the third year they leap. And what that means is, the first year, above ground, they appear to be sleeping because they don't do much. But what they're doing actually is they are putting out they're establishing a good root system. Okay? So they're growing good roots. They're growing a good anchorage and some good feeder roots, and they're getting themselves established underground. The second year they creep. And that means that now that they're established underground, they'll start to put out a little more growth on top. It won't necessarily mean that they will bloom. You may get a flower or two or three, you know, but you won't get what you're, you know, really after until like the third year when they leap. And that means by the third year, they should be well established if they like where they're at. And you should be getting some decent, you know, some decent buddage and some decent fucking floral, and you should really like it. Again, they like to be fed, they like to be watered, but they also like to be in a spot that has good drainage, so they're not like, you know, drowning. So, you know, make sure they have decent drainage. And as far as feeding goes, there are all kinds of regimens of feeding that you can adhere to. I usually use compost from my compost pile, and then I add a little bit of Osmocote, which is like a time-release fertilizer. There's also one called, it's Rose Feeder. It's Bloom and something else. And what it does is in early spring, when aphids and tiny little other chewing insects try to strip the early leaves and buds coming out, this is a systemic that it's made by Bayer, and yes, it is a chemical, and it's one of the few chemicals I use. And what it does is it keeps away the aphids and the white flies and all the little nasties that would distort or kill off all of the rose tips and stuff. So yeah, Rosa Rugosa, I mean, I'm telling you, roses are an investment. So, but if you watch, there will be sales. Right now is not the time of year to buy them. Right now is not the time of year to buy them. You can order them for spring if they have a sale. Keep your eye on the sales. You know, like check the website, and whenever you see a sale, you know, see if what you want is in that sale, and if it is, order it.
Yeah, make sure they don't ship it so much.
And make sure that you specify when to ship it, because you're going to want to plant when the danger of frost is past in your area. In my area, that's around May 15th. So, yeah, roses are not cheap, Tommy. You know, but again, you know, it depends on what you want. It depends on what you're going to use them for. Some of them are real expensive, some are not. You know, if you got to start out with a couple of miniatures, you know, just keep in mind that it doesn't really matter where you buy a miniature. You can get a miniature in a 4-inch pot from Walmart. Miniatures are always grown on their own roots. And so that might be something, you know, that you could get on sale. That would be a good starter rose to see how you do with it, you know. And take that out of the pot when, you know, the earth is warmed up enough for you to plant it. Put it in somewhere and see how she does. And that'd be like a good test rose to see how you do. There are a couple of other websites out there, and I don't know the names of them, but they also cater to consummate rose growers that, you know their stuff. And I just can't think of the names off the top of my head right now, but, you know. And then, if you're really good at gardening, if your neighbors have some roses, you could always clone. And say you take 10 cuttings. If you do it right, out of those 10 cuttings, probably 6 to 8 will survive. And, you know, once they root, you got yourself some new plants. And then again, you can always plant the seeds. Rose seeds are viable about 4 months after the hips are ripe. And they need stratification, which simply means that they need to be put in a baggie of sterile soil in your refrigerator. They need that cold spell. And in spring, you take it out and you see what's going on in the bag. Some may have started to put out little roots, in which case you can transfer them over to pots. You know, and they can take anywhere from 3 months to 3 years to germinate in your fridge. It's a waiting game. But that's today's lesson on roses, I guess. I love roses, I really do. I think they're awesome. You know, especially with the scents. I mean, some of the scents are just, you know, they rival some of the greatest perfumes. So,
what you need, Hag?
I have no idea.
You know that,
Spray foam?
yeah, that bottle of foam?
Would you like me to get it for you?
I'm gonna give you a couple squirts of that. You know where that is, right?
Upstairs, I think.
Yep, by the burner.
Well, I'm gonna have to leave this out here, or my hands are getting mighty frozen here.
No. That's right.
I got the cats fed. So the kitties are fed. We got the goats taken care of. The only things we have left to do are the chickens and the dogs.
Yep.
And,
All the rest of the crap. Ah.
And this is why I like OG to get out of bed earlier, so that he can get some of this stuff done. I hate that he's a night owl.
Yeah, blame it all on me.
No, I just don't like the fact that you're a night owl, because it kind of hampers, you know.
All this crap gotta come out today.
Oh, well.
And then see if you can get someone to help us drop it down.
Alright, well, my hands are kind of full, so I don't know what you want me to do right now.
Right now, nothing. Let me do this a couple more reps just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, do the best you can, man. Make sure those suckers are well insulated. Oh, I haven't checked my chat in a little while, mainly because my hands are like frozen stiff.
This has got the tiny brown parts in it.
Oh,
And
God.
It's got the tape in it.
Oh, my God. I'm going to step inside the doorway because I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my hands.
You want me to take that or not?
I don't care. I cannot feel my hands. I'm going to drop it in a minute. I need to warm my hands up, dude. They're burning.
Okay, complainer.
Fuck you.
Hey people, what's happening? Take a look at the craziness. Oh, there's some crap on my screen. Hey, Happy, what's happening? Heat lard. and add flowers. Lard pulls out the aroma, then extract the aroma from the lard with the ethanol. There you go, Tommy. You little evil scientist, you. Just woke up having my coffee with you. Excellent, Happy. I wished I would have just woke up, but no such luck for me. Playing Goat Man, na 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 na, Goat Man, Goat Man, Goat Man. Mad Scientist Mayo, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Go on, kitty, get out of here. This is going to be pretty funny trying to crawl out of this pit. Oh, this is even funnier now. I lost my damn lighter. And then she's going to tell me she doesn't have it. Live Sokies. My damn heater went out in the chicken coop. Now I have to buy another because I'm afraid a heat light would fall and catch fire. What kind of heater do you got, Sokies? You got the kind that you plug into the water buckets? Is that what you're working with? How many of the demon goats have survived? We're down to 7 out of 8, Bouncer. And this one's brother, I don't like the way it looks either. I really need to get my hands on some 2% Ringer's lactate so I can make sure this goat stays hydrated until it's over its thing. It's a flat chicken heater. I have an outlet in there. Oh, I've never seen a flat chicken heater. I've seen a flat one for pigs. I wonder if it's the same thing. It's like a big old plastic mat with a cord in it. I don't know, I get freaky about electricity in the chicken coop, man. It weirds me out. It lays like a TV. It lays like a it's flat like a TV. Do they stand on top of it, or is it like a wall mount that they walk next to? I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm an old man, I've never seen one. Because what I do for water, I don't even run electric to keep the water going. I'll just go in there and turn the rubber buckets over, knock the ice out, put fresh water in. I have their electric in a box. No, they walk next to it. Oh, okay. I kind of get what you mean. Kind of like a propane wall heater for people, but without the flame. Now I get it. Because the pig panels are, when you plug them in, the pigs just lay on top of it. Hey, PDF elves, good to see ya. Never a problem, PDF. The elves are always welcome in. Tomorrow we're supposed to be getting the cold here. Hopefully it doesn't come. Oh look, I just messed up too. I just realized it. God, I'm stupid. See what I did? There's extra insulation I could have used and I didn't. I could have had it doubled up on insulation. You like to watch the farming and the animals? That's cool. If I don't get some lactose 2%, I wish I knew a new nurse or a doctor who'd give me a bag of 2% Ringer's lactose so I could hydrate this goat. Then I wouldn't be so worried about it. But from the stress and everything, it's gonna get, now I got a second one with diarrhea. So if I don't stop the diarrhea quickly, it'll die of dehydration. It's getting cold here as well. At least the turds will freeze and not stink so much. Man, I can't believe I left that other piece out. I'm an idiot. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, so. If it does, I'll just, I'll put a little heater down here or something. We need to head back south. It's too cold for us up here. Yeah, it's gonna get cold pretty quick. Frozen turds don't squish and stick. No, but you can shoot them out of a slingshot. I can't believe I lost my damn lighter. Hag had to have taken it from me. That's the only place I've gone. Awesome. I just ordered a heat at Amazon for delivery tomorrow. It's less expensive than this one. It's just pink. Sweet. Is it the same size and everything, live silkies? Turds actually make a very warm fire when added to a good burn barrel. Yeah, they did that overseas, Bouncer. Burning barrels of human crap. Blinky, there's a bag of lighters in the camper. Yes, dear, but I can't get out of the pit. I'm stuck in here. I'm stuck, Blinky. I'm stuck with nobody to save me. If you can't find my body, next time you come, I'll be in the pit. Yeah, it looks exactly like it. Sweet, Silkies. We burned cow chips all the time. They didn't smell bad or anything. Well, contrary to popular belief, if you burn dog shit that isn't dry, it smells bad. If you burn human shit that isn't dry, it smells bad. Yes. So I'm not believing that non-dry cow shit doesn't smell bad. Do you have a lighter? You just escape with lighters all the time? This would be the one time you don't, right? Thank God in Greyhound she's gone. You picked a fine time to leave me, loose wheel. 4 hungry goats and a chicken in the field. Why burnt shit anyway? That's just nasty.
I'm headed where there's warmth. I cannot tolerate this.
My grandpa used to go to cow chip flip contests in Wisconsin. Cool. What, Egg?
Did you hear me at all?
No, I didn't.
I said, what do you need me here? If you're going to make me stand here and watch, I'm leaving.
Start collecting things and help me with that.
What do you want? And take it where?
In, because we don't need it out here, and then we have to do something about this, too.
About what?
Oh, never mind. Why don't I just take care of it on myself? So I don't
What would you like me to
hear
do?
your whine.
I am not a plumber. What would you like from me?
I'm not a plumber either.
Fuck, you're not.
I'm not.
You're an idiot is what you are. Because you are too a plumber. You're a plumber, you're an electrician, you do, you're a jack of all trades, master of most.
I'm a goddamn farmer.
No, you're not. That's the last thing you are.
That's all I am.
No, you're not.
What I am now.
You were never born to be a farmer. You went to college to be a fucking...
I went to college to be an asshole.
Well, it worked.
Okay.
Here's your glasses. Where do you want these? Yeah, that's
don't care
empty. Is
about
that
them.
empty?
Yeah, it's garbage.
Goes
Did-
all this.
Did you bring me a Valium? That's what I
No! I forgot because I was so goddamn cold when I went in there I had to thaw out.
Okay, well
And
that's what
it slipped my mind.
that's
I
what
am so sorry.
that's what I was most worried about, so I could get out of here.
Look what I found, laying in the weeds. I'm gonna want those at some point, yes?
Yeah, they're just brads.
Like we have so many of them.
I skipped college and went into the
So what do
military.
you want me to do here? What goes in? I'm going in right now to get your Valium.
Take
This
that.
goes in.
Take
This
that.
is trash. This goes in. What else?
That's all you got to worry about. I'll get everything else. Take the time to leave me, loose wheel.
No, I tried to stuff it in. Go away. You're not coming in.
I skipped college and went into the military. I didn't go to the military. My dad made me promise him never to go, never to join. So I promised him. He did the World War II gig. And he had this little dresser beside his bed with all these medals that came in these little cheap-ass blue cardboard boxes. And each one of them had a medal and then some bars with some stars and little weird-looking things on them. And don't ask me anything about the military because he wouldn't tell me anything. So he makes me promise him never to join. Then my middle sister, my youngest sister joins, and I forget what her rank is, but she did, what was that? Desert Storm and some other stuff. And then my cousin, he had 3 boys. My cousin served. All 3 of his boys served. I mean, so 4 hungry kittens and a goat in the field. You took a fine time to leave me, loose wheel. Man, I'll bet you Dave could shit in this pit for about a month and it wouldn't get full. Well, yeah, about a month, maybe 2, I don't know. Hey Richard, good to see ya. Been missing ya. I've been hitting your thumbs up, but I haven't been leaving any comments. It's been one nightmare after another out here. Yeah, she had it made though, Bouncer. She's like, she's got so many letters behind her name, it's not funny. She's a radiologist, anesthesiologist, surgeon, MD, blah, 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 blah. They're doing pretty good, Richard. We lost one the other night. It's not really that cold yet. Cold's just around the corner. It's getting ready to come, so we're prepping for it. We got to get, I just finished up the pipe wrap in the hole here. And then after that, I don't remember if I take this off or leave it on. I'm going to take it off. But, yep, trying to get buttoned up for winter now, because when the cold will start coming in, it's going to get cold. And they say it's supposed to be really cold this year, so. Hey, Birdie P, what's happening? Well, one good thing, at least the well broke down while it was still warm out and it wasn't cold out. Because last time when we had to carry water from the house, water went out to the barn a long time ago for a while. And we had to put a new hydrant in because the hydrant wore out, and we had to bring water from all the way up at the house, put it in the front bucket of the tractor in 5-gallon pails, drive it down to the goats every day, and man, that got to be quite a chore. You got new shoes for winter? That away, Richard. Had got some winter boots from Jenny Jones, like I think 2 years ago. Some hand-me-downs that she's in love with, man. I just saw Birdie P's comment on my bear crab video. She commented 5 or 6 months ago, but I found it. Oh, bird, I miss you. I'm stuck down in the well pit right now till Hag. I knew I should have finished taking my meds before I even attempted this. It was a stupid thing to do. But when you get tired of hearing somebody crap, you just go and do it so you don't have to hear it. She's all crabby. Oh, I need glasses. Tomorrow gonna be a extremely haunted forest. Tomorrow's gonna, oh, I'm gonna vlog the extremely haunted tomorrow. Proper fucked up place. Got to be brave. Sweet. That should be good, Richard. I have to review many videos regularly. What the heck was I thinking? I haven't reviewed, I haven't caught up on any of my stuff ever since my regular home internet went out and I had to go on hotspot. I miss you guys too. We usually come visit for Thor's and your birthday, but we couldn't this year. Yeah, I know, Bert, it sucked. But it's kind of good in a way because I had a whole list of crap for Tyler. At least Tyler got a break for once. Put that there. Put the foam here. PDF's live. Nothing to do it. Nothing to it but to do it. As soon as we get my shitbox able to go down the road, we want to come down again. I wanted to this past weekend, but my car had other plans. I hear ya. Bubbles will be stuffing another turkey soon. Awesome. I'll be waiting for that. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. I'm frozen to the core.
Well, as soon as this cramp goes, I'll climb out and we'll be good to go.
Well, we still have to figure out how to straighten this thing out and flip it back over.
Well,
We're not going to have time to build a new one.
I'm gonna text Cole and James and see if they can come help us flip it over.
Yeah, all we need to do is push that side that way. See where this hinge gave way?
Yeah, we gotta get rid of this too.
Yeah, all of that. The pipe, the fucking things, the plastic.
This has gotta go.
I need a pair of gloves. If you want to wait for me to get gloves, no.
There's no reason for you to get gloves. I'm just standing here. Eggs bros. Oh Come on, where did everything go? I need to be able to see. I don't know where everything is. If I lose you guys, I'm sorry. There's got to be something around here somewhere to make